It is that time again, boys and girls. I asked recently for your questions for our ongoing Q&A, Ask Me Everything series over on the community page, and we have selected the most popular ones that I will answer now. If you want to make sure you're involved in the next Q&A, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and when I ask for your questions over on the comments community thing, you know the tab, the community page. Just submit your questions on there and you could be involved in the next Q&A. Before we get started, do just want to thank you all for bearing with us as well over the last couple of weeks when content has been a little bit slower than usual. For those of you who don't know, this isn't my only YouTube channel. My other channel, or one of my other channels, has been super busy for the last couple of weeks. We always knew it was going to be a busy time, and unfortunately it's coincided with Anna being sick. So where the plan had been for Anna to pick up some of the slack here, she hasn't been able to because she has absolutely zero voice. But we should be over the busiest period now on the other channel and back to our usual sort of 4 or 5 videos a week on this channel. The streams are already back. I've been trying to fill the void with some shorts as well. So hopefully you haven't thought that we've fallen off the face of the earth. We are still around and we should be a little bit more consistent again going forward, especially because we've got obviously all the excitement of Black Friday in the very near future, and there'll definitely be some content on that. So let's jump into the questions. And the first one is, what set disappointed you the most? And this is a difficult one for me to answer. I get asked this all the time on our streams, and I never really have a very good answer for it because I tend not to buy sets that I'm not already pretty confident that I'm going to enjoy, because I know the kind of things that I like and I know the kind of things that I don't like. I don't buy a lot of mechs or buildable figures or really complicated Technic vehicles. I'm quite careful in what it does seem like. I just buy all Lego all the time, completely willy-nilly, but I am generally pretty careful with it and only buy stuff that I'm pretty sure I am going to enjoy. So I think the answer is going to be, I don't know, what have I been most disappointed with? I have an answer for you. Hold on. The Avengers micro scale helicarrier that I almost smashed. It wouldn't have been being smashed in a rage. But this came out, I think last year, maybe early this year. It's, as you can see, very, very small. It was quite expensive. I feel like it was around £90. I could be making that up. Let me just Google how much it actually was when it came out. It wasn't quite that bad. It was £70, $69.99. It actually retires this year, so it didn't have a huge shelf life. And I've just seen on the Lego website, it's retiring and out of stock. So I imagine there's a chance it's going to have a little bit of a renaissance because it wasn't available for very long. But to be fair, it also wasn't very good. A lot of it is really large sticker pieces, which are actually starting to peel off because the stickers are so big. They are starting to peel a little bit in places, which is not really what you expect from a premium 18 plus Lego set, which, to be honest, I'm not sure this was an 18 plus set. It's a little bit dusty. It's been sat on the back of a shelf and clearly hasn't been getting the regular dusting that the stuff that's a little bit closer to the front of the shelf gets. It's been a little bit hidden, so it's probably for the best that I've pulled it down off the shelf. I mean, it does look cool. It just, for the price, it was just a bit disappointing, but I wouldn't say it was necessarily a bad set. But then I wouldn't buy a set that I didn't think I was going to enjoy. There's a reason I don't own a load of Star Wars stuff. There's a reason I don't own stuff for themes that I'm not interested in. And it's because if it's a theme I'm not interested in or a build style that I don't think I'm going to enjoy, like I bought the Captain America shield, but it was always with the intention of Anna building it because I knew I wouldn't enjoy the process of building that one. I'd quite like to have the massive Eiffel Tower in the house, but I know I wouldn't enjoy building it, so I've never bought it. So yeah, I think I'm quite good at knowing what I like and only buying stuff that I am actually going to enjoy. So I don't get disappointed with my Lego very often. If you could buy any real life building out of Lego for the Lego City, what would you choose and why? See, this is a variation on a question we get a lot. If I could have any real life building, it would be Wembley. But I wouldn't want that for the Lego City because for it to be in scale with our Lego City, it would be massive and it wouldn't fit in. So for something for the Lego City that is a real life building, what would I want and why? A hospital, a school, we've got the Bricklink Designer Program University coming, but like a British style secondary school would be pretty cool, or a hospital with a little ambulance bay. And like, we've got all the other emergency services in the city now. We've got the fire brigade, we've got the police station and a detective's office. We need a doctor's or a hospital or something. And with the university coming, we now need a school. So just useful utility buildings that will fit in. I know it's not necessarily picking a specific piece of architecture, but we've got the architecture range for that. And I don't know that stuff necessarily belongs in the Lego City. Like, if we had the big Eiffel Tower that I was talking about before, it wouldn't be in the Lego City. It would be on display somewhere in the house. We've got a lot of the architecture sets, Notre Dame and the Neuschwanstein Castle and the pyramids, and all this stuff's just on display in our house. None of it is in the Lego City. I don't think we have any real buildings in the Lego City. I'm thinking. No, a really cool train station, maybe something like King's Cross Station, St Pancras Station, the regular train stations that I use might be cool, or even just like a traditional British countryside train station. But again, I'm thinking of generic buildings, not specific ones. So I guess if we're being really specific, my school that I went to school in, just so that I can have a school in the Lego City. But yeah, I've got very particular criteria for something being a city set as opposed to just a set that I'd like to have, and they are two different answers. Changing speed away from Lego a little bit, we've got this one. I would love to get an Anna Loves Sharks t-shirt, but I'd prefer if it had your channel name or logo somewhere on the image or shirt. Is there a reason it's not on there? Just looking to give you some free advertisement if I were to wear it out and about. The honest answer is, by the way, thank you for looking at the merch, very much appreciated. The honest answer is, I can't imagine a situation, and maybe this is a problem on my end, feel free to let me have feedback down in the comments, but I can't imagine a situation where I would walk around in a shirt with a YouTube channel on, whereas an in-joke from a YouTube channel is something I would be more likely to wear. So the Anna Loves Sharks thing, it's something we say a lot on the streams and in the shopping videos, and I think it's quite a fun little thing, and you can wear it out and about, and it's just a nice logo shirt, but it's not obviously promoting a YouTube channel, so you're not going to be out and about looking like you're wearing YouTuber merch, which, like I say, I just wouldn't want to do. For my Football Manager channel, Lelujo, I have shirts, but they don't have my logo on them. They just say "Do a Football" because it's a thing that I say in my videos. So I have a bunch of "Do a Football" shirts. Maybe it's just a me thing because I'm a little bit older. I'm nearly 30. I'm 43 years old. I just wouldn't wear YouTuber merch ever. I realize the irony of me selling it, even though I'm saying I would never wear it. But that's why the merch we've done over the years on all the channels has been not obviously YouTube merch. Even the vlog, the most popular merch I've ever done was the "Different is Not Broken" shirts we did for our daily vlog years ago. But again, they just had the "Different is Not Broken" slogan on. They didn't ever have the name of the channel. So yeah, it's just how I've always done merch, because it's the only type of merch I would want to buy myself. But if there's a whole load of you out there who want to wear a t-shirt with "Block Party" written on it, let me know and we'll look into it. We'd probably have to change actually come up with a proper logo, because the one we use as the channel header here, we probably need to change soon anyway, because it's very heavily based on the Lego one. And I imagine we're never going to get in the Lego Ambassador Network while our channel art is a rip-off of their logo. So we probably need to change that anyway. And maybe if I do pay to get a proper logo designed, I'll be so happy and proud of it that I'll want to put it on t-shirts and mugs and stuff, and we might end up doing it. So it's on the to-do list for sure, doing something to do with a logo. And once it happens, maybe we'll do some merch if enough of you want said merch. But yeah, it's a me thing, I think. Since you're a fan of the Football Manager game, will you try and put a football pitch into the Lego City with different funny characters playing football? Example, Kermit the Frog versus Spider-Man. I do have a lot of cool minifigures doing weird things in the city already. And yes, I do have plans for a football pitch. I have a work in progress over here. So this is the women's football set from a few years ago, which comes with half a football pitch. And then it also has a stand and a dugout and a few other bits. And I think I want to pick up another one of these. It is a retired set, but I think I want to pick up another one of these and then have it in the city as a full football pitch. I don't really want a football stadium, because like I was saying before, a football stadium is going to take up too much space, but a little enclosed football pitch like this in a park area, I think will be quite cool. So that is the plan. And then yes, we will definitely get some cool minifigs in there playing football, maybe even keep the kits from this set and the table football set has some sets in, it has some kits in as well, but maybe swap out the heads and swap out some arms and legs and stuff so that we have some cool pop culture characters playing in a big football match somewhere in the city. So yes, it is definitely part of the plan, but does involve me buying another retired set, although it is available relatively cheap. I don't think it was a very popular set. This is the stand that comes with it. I've already seen modifications of this at conventions where people have put Muppets in this. So definitely, once I've got 2 of these, expect some cool minifigures on this as well and have that motorized as part of the setup for it. And that's all part of that set. So if anyone sees that retired set on a deal anywhere, please let me know down in the Discord. I am looking to pick another one up. I didn't build it until recently when I figured out how cool it was. And I'm annoyed because I remember when we were in Amsterdam earlier in the year in the Lego store, they had a whole table of retired sets that they were selling off cheap, and that was on there, and it was like 30 euros. And I was like, don't need another one of them. I've already got one that I've never built. Past Kev, you idiot! What video game or video game series would you like to see Lego collaborate with next? It would be a cop-out answer to say Football Manager, so I won't say Football Manager. I mean, most of the games that I play have already been made, like Minecraft, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Mario. They've already covered off a lot of them. And then a lot of the others would be stuff that Lego would probably never touch. Like I can't imagine Lego doing Elder Scrolls or Fortnite or BioShock or any like proper 18 plus games. So, what would I like to see in Lego form that is a video game? I'm literally flicking through my my Steam library now, trying to see if there's anything on here that jumps out at me as it would be really cool. Even something like Baldur's Gate. I mean, that's based on Dungeons and Dragons. It's already been done in Lego. Most of the really good games have already been done. Grand Theft Auto, can you imagine? Don't think we're getting Grand Theft Auto Lego anytime soon. Left 4 Dead. I mean, a lot of my favorite games they just wouldn't touch. Yeah, now that would be cool. It would never happen. Persona, one of my favorite game series ever. I love the Persona series, but it is very niche, very Japanese. And although to be honest, they did One Piece this year. So niche and Japanese doesn't necessarily mean they won't touch it. Although One Piece did have the advantage of having a massive Netflix series off the back of it. But yeah, if we could find a way to get a Persona series or a Persona set, that would be fantastic. Get that onto Lego Ideas. I mean, it's not games, but one thing I would love to see, and this is my book talk answer. I would, if I could pick one property, I'm changing a question to make into a Lego Ideas set. Not necessarily a game, but the Stormlight Archive, the Brandon Sanderson book series, I think is very much perfect and ready for a Lego set. And I think there are a couple on Lego Ideas that I would very much like to get my hands on. So I'd like that collaboration, the Brandon Sanderson collaboration before any more video games. Please and thank you. Do you think there'll be more Simpsons sets in 2026? If so, is a house remake likely? I think there's a good chance of more Simpsons sets, whether it'll be 2026 or whether we'll have to wait a little bit longer again. I guess it depends on if they were waiting to see how well the Krusty Burger did, or if they already had a plan. The fact it was an isolated set that came out like 9 months ago now, and there's not even a sniff of anything else, suggests it was probably a testing the water situation. And I think it sold really well. So I suspect we will then see it come back a little bit more frequently. I think there is quite a good chance of a remake of the Simpsons house. I think if you're looking at iconic buildings from the Simpsons, Krusty Burger was a little bit of a weird one to drop as the first set they've done in like 10 years. But they're not going to remake the Quickie Mart because it's not, Apu's not in the Simpsons anymore. A remake of the Simpsons house, I think if they acknowledge how expensive the existing one is and do something new with it, I think that would be a great shout and would sell really, really well. So I think there is quite a good chance of that. I'd quite like the school, I think would be cool, although probably too big. But it would kill 2 birds with one stone. It would be a cool Simpsons set and a school for the Lego City. I don't think they're likely to do the nuclear power station, as cool as it would be. But what else could we get out of the Simpsons? I think if let's say if they make another 3 Simpsons sets over the next few years, I'd be very surprised if at least one of them wasn't a remake of the house. I think it's quite likely, but I don't think there's anything announced yet. Lego Football Manager game or some kind of Subbuteo style Football Manager Lego sets, which would you prefer? I don't see how a Lego Football Manager game would work. A Lego Subbuteo style football based game would be incredible. There was something like that around about the 1998 World Cup. I saw it when I went to the Bricks Museum. I saw a little Zinedine Zidane minifigure, and it looked like it was a little playable Subbuteo style football set. I would love them to do something like that. There's rumours they've got the FIFA license to tie in with the World Cup next summer. There's going to be a buildable World Cup, supposedly. If they actually brought back like a football playable Subbuteo style Lego game, I would be all over that. It wouldn't go in the city, but I'd just like to own it. Collectible football minifigures would be great as well. Yeah, I would love to see something like that. I don't think just a straight up version of Football Manager as Lego would work. It would just have to be a laptop with a spreadsheet on the screen, which would be the most boring Lego set ever. The Mario standard kart is an excellent display piece. Yes, it is. Do you foresee Lego creating more other characters? Who wouldn't want Bowser, Peach, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, etc.? I'd see where you're coming from. I don't think it's likely. They've already got the Mario Kart range in the play sets, so I don't think we're going to get a bunch of big collectible display Mario Kart characters. I would love it if we did, but I don't think it's very likely. I think it starts to become a lot more niche once you go past Mario as the main character. If you look at the way the Mario theme has worked in Lego over the last few years, it's very much a case of we get like one 18 plus set a year, and it usually has Mario front and center. Obviously we did have the Mighty Bowser one year, but we had that Mario and Yoshi animated one. We had the question cube from Mario. We've had obviously the Mario Kart set. What else did we get? The Piranha Plant, I guess, is in that range. The NES, but with Mario on the screen. The Game Boy, but it has Mario on the screen. So I think once you try and do a Mario Kart, but it doesn't have Mario in it, you do start to go quite niched down into people who are just really into Mario Kart, because it then goes beyond the, oh, I loved Mario Kart as a kid. It goes beyond that nostalgia thing, and I think becomes a little bit of a harder sell. So I expect them to just continue pushing just general 18 plus cool Mario ideas. I'd love a SNES or an N64 controller or something like that, rather than necessarily more Mario Kart characters. And then lastly, what would you improve about the new Batman March set? So if you've not seen, we actually have already seen these. We did a video from Comic-Con a few weeks ago where we have been up close and personal with the new Batman sets that are coming out in March. We've got the Batman logo ish and the 3 Batmobiles. The Batmobiles, I think at £25 each, are fine at that price point. They are pretty good Batmobiles. I don't think anything needs to change about them. I like the way they're going to integrate with the new Batman, the new Lego Batman game. The logo though, it just looks like a small Batwing, and I've got a small Batwing on here somewhere. I've got a big Batwing up there. Batman's logo has yellow in it. Finish it. Make it Batman's actual logo and not just a Batwing. They obviously won't now because it's already announced, but that's the improvement that I would make to the logo. Actually make it a complete logo. Like the Marvel one has the red background on. It's a Batwing. It's a Batwing under a different name, and I don't approve. As much as, I mean, I'm going to get it because it's cool, because it's a Batwing, and Batwings are cool. And I've already got one up on my wall, and I'll put another one up on my wall, and it'll be lovely. But I would have liked just a proper Batman logo with the yellow background. I think that would have been great, but they've got room to make another one now, and I'm sure it will have some cool rebrickables that allow you to fully yellow it up the way we all want to. And that brings us to the end of the Q&A, boys and girls. Thank you very much for those of you who submitted questions. Hopefully you have enjoyed that. And fingers crossed we'll be back with some more content on a bit more regular basis from now on, like I said at the start of the video. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.